Good evening, and thank you for joining the stories of SourcePoint. My name is Jeff Robinson. I will be your host for this evening. And over the next hour, you're going to hear personal stories from older adults and family caregivers in our community. You'll learn more about the aging services that have benefited them and thousands of others over the past 29 years. And you'll learn why your continued support is so vital to SourcePoint's mission to help our community live well and thrive after 55. First, I would like to extend a special thank you to our presenting sponsor, Ohio Health, and turn it over for a moment to the new president of Ohio Health Grady Memorial and Dublin Methodist Hospitals, Armin Romanian.
Hi, everyone. This is Armin Romanian, the new president of Ohio Health, Dublin Methodist Hospital, and Grady Memorial Hospital. I want to welcome you all to this wonderful evening. I wish we could all be together in person, but this really is the safest way to celebrate together. I'm very honored that Ohio Health has been a sponsor of SourcePoint for almost 10 years now. It is such an important relationship to us because in many ways, our values and mission align so naturally together. Our mission at Ohio Health is really to improve the health of the communities that we serve. And in so many ways, SourcePoint has that at the core of its mission as well. And I'm so appreciative of the critically important work that you all do to help the residents of Delaware County. It really is honorable work that you're doing, and Ohio Health is proud to be part of that. We're also proud that we've got colleagues and associates at Ohio Health that participate in the work that SourcePoint does. Namely, Gretchen Roberts, who's on your board, is one of my colleagues and leads our nursing enterprise at Grady and Dublin, Ohio Health Hospitals. And we're very, very pleased that she's able to be on the board with you all, provide leadership. And I know it's also personally rewarding to her to have the opportunity to have impact on her very own community in terms of supporting the residents of Delaware County. So the great work that SourcePoint is doing is totally aligned with what Ohio Health is trying to do for our communities as well. For example, the education that you all provide to Delaware County's older adults through publications, websites, special events, and I know we're even exploring a new speaker series, which I think can be very, very helpful for folks. During the pandemic, I know we partnered with each other as well, and we donated various protective equipment so that staff and volunteers could provide that vital in-home care and services to our communities. And so it's really that core of partnership and collaboration between SourcePoint and Ohio Health that I'm so proud of. And so with your support this evening, I know we'll all have a very positive impact on the work that you do and serving more seniors than ever before. Ohio Health is proud to present SourcePoint's annual fundraiser this year, The Stories of SourcePoint. So without further ado, let's begin our celebration. Thank you and have a great evening.
Well, as the man said, without further ado, let's begin with our first story, which is about Carolyn and Jim. Carolyn and Jim are Delaware County residents who have been married for 52 years. Jim was diagnosed with dementia 7 years ago, and since then, Carolyn has been the caregiver for her beloved husband.
He was diagnosed approximately 7 years ago. I asked our family physician, and she did a MRI, and from that determined that it was Alzheimer and dementia. Jim goes to adult daycare, and just knowing that he is around other people that he can relate to. The staff there is just wonderful. They take such good care of him. I know they're very patient. When they have music therapy, Jim's just dancing away and stuff. My takeaway is I know he's in good hands. He enjoys that. I get the knowledge that he's having fun. Please check SourcePoint out. everything that they have to offer for you, plus your loved one that you may need assistance with. There's just so much to offer. If you need someone to come in and take care of your loved ones for a couple hours, so you can go out, go get your hair cut, go shopping, go to the grocery store. They can help you with all of that. They can help you if you want to take exercise classes to just get that physical exercise. I just completed a caregiver 6-week program that basically teaches the caregiver how to take care of themselves, because if we don't take care of ourselves, then we can't take care of our loved ones. You know, he's taken care of me and the kids his whole life, and now it's my turn to take care of him and keep him safe and keep him healthy. My advice is to take one day at a time. Be thankful for being able to be a caregiver for your loved ones, and that, you know, they're still at home. Don't get down on yourself if something doesn't go right or you have to change your plans. Take care of yourself. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I know in the beginning it was like, oh, I know I can do it. I can take care of it. But anybody that offers, hey, if you need somebody to watch your loved one, take them up on it. It doesn't show that you're not a good caregiver if you enlist in help, be it friends or relatives or outside help.
SourcePoint's caregiver support and in-home care services are vital resources to people like Carolyn and Jim. In fact, Carolyn found them so instrumental that she had more to say. After sharing her story, she wrote to thank SourcePoint for all its support for caregivers and care receivers. She thanked the staff members who work with her on a regular basis to ensure both she and Jim get the support they need to live safely at home together. One of those staff members is Jessica, who coordinates the caregiver support program here at SourcePoint. Jessica, tell us a little bit about why caregiver support is so critical.
Where do I begin? Caregiver support is really the backbone of everything that we do here at SourcePoint. I mean, caregivers, they're taking care of their loved ones at home. They are doing all the main grunt work, whether it is taking their loved ones to the doctor's appointments, doing various different medical things for them, and it's just a full-time job for them. So I think that supporting our caregivers is probably one of the most important things. I know for our caregiver program, we talk about self-care a lot. So a lot of the times we teach our caregivers how to take care of themselves first to be able to take care of their loved ones. So I think that is kind of a vital thing, and I appreciate all of our caregivers in Delaware County, and I know that they do so much, and we will continue to keep supporting them as much as we can.
And that self-care element is huge because they don't always think to take care of themselves, and they don't think they should take care of themselves because they have their loved ones to take care of, but you provide that
Right,
message,
yeah.
and it's so important.
It's kind of funny. We teach a class called Powerful Tools for Caregivers, and a lot of the times the caregivers think that it's a class on how to care for their loved ones, and then they're kind of like, oh, this class is about me. So it's a little shocked, but as they do the 6-week class, they learn how to care for themselves, and at the end of it, they're like, wow, I feel so much better. I have so much more energy. I don't have resentment or guilt towards my loved one, and I can really care for them fully.
Wow. Thank you, Jessica.
Yeah, thank you.
Another person who benefited from caregiver support here at SourcePoint is Walt, who took care of his wife Grace for many years.
Well, we live in Delaware County, and when my wife started getting sick, somebody recommended SourcePoint to us. I was in a caregiver support group, and then I'm in a Beyond Loss support group. I was lifted up. I could, after going to the group, I I could go do something. It was after Grace was gone, and it gave me ideas as to how to cope with being without her. The caregiver support group was when I was taking care of Grace. Her care was 24/7. I took care of her at home. She had MS and dementia. And then she had both her knees replaced and she had breast cancer. To be with people that were going through the same thing and that they would, listen to what I had to say. Nobody was judgmental. I don't think I could have made it through what I had to do with Grace had it not been for the support group. After death, they really provided me with a lot of support. Grace was just an incredible person. From the first time I met her until the day she passed, she never lost her loving ways. She was a beautiful person, both outwardly and inwardly. And she was warm, caring. She gave me my life. She didn't like what I had to do for her. I didn't like having to do it. But I wasn't going to let anybody else do it. I mean, that was, our marriage vows in sickness and in health. I never forgot them, and it isn't something I wanted to do, but I felt privileged that I could do it for her. And I had the strength to do it, both the physical strength and the mental strength to take care of her. And it was a 24/7 job. She was in hospice for a while at home. And they said, I don't know how you do it. Never seen somebody take care of a spouse like you're taking care of yours. But, you do for the people you love. You need to be prepared for it physically and mentally. And you need to find time for yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to take care of your loved one. I couldn't have managed what I had to do without an organization like SourcePoint. And even today, even though Grace has been gone a little over a year, it still helps me to get through the day. I think we are lucky living in Delaware County to have an organization like this, because I don't think there's another one around. So if you need something like SourcePoint, do it.
Walt speaks the truth. There is no other organization like SourcePoint. One of the key things SourcePoint does is bring people together. The Enrichment Center here on Cheshire Road offers a wide variety of programs for those in Delaware County age 55 and better. And the Arts and Education Manager, Joan, is here to talk about how this building becomes like a second home for so many. And she's even going to tell us a little bit about the mural that we're standing in front of right now. Joan, talk a little bit about the importance of social connection and how that happens here at SourcePoint.
SourcePoint is such a special place. I've seen members walk into a class as strangers and literally walk out as friends. People get together here for lots of different reasons. They may come in having a common interest, whether it's fitness or the pool or an art class or quilting or anything like that. But what brings them together then to keep coming back is that socialization. It's so important to get together with other people who have commonalities. And then we find that we not only have the commonality of whatever brought us there to begin with, but there's other things. Maybe it's grief, or maybe it's just somebody needs to learn a new hobby. Behind us is a mural, and this is one of several projects that has been done creatively together. So I found that there was great beauty in creative collaboration. When people get together to work on a common piece, they're very proud, and it gives them a creative outlet. Lots of people brought in plates and saucers and things to do this mural behind us. So literally there's a lot of honor that comes with creating together.
So bringing in potentially, possibly some broken pieces to come and create a beautiful whole. A little bit of what SourcePoint does, brings people in and together your big, beautiful work of art. So thank you for all you do here, Joan. Appreciate that. There are intergenerational connections to be made here at SourcePoint too. Our next story of SourcePoint includes a local woodcarver, Forrest, and his daughter, Darice, who shares his passion for art and the legacy he left behind.
I live in Powell, and Mom and Dad lived up in Shelby, Ohio, and in June of 2015, I had them move down here so that they would be closer to us. Couldn't believe that they did that. And when they moved down here, Dad was doing a lot of wood carving up in the Shelby Mansfield area. He used to teach wood carving up in Bellevue, and when he would teach and be involved in that, he had a lot of friends that he met. So when he moved down here, I wanted to get him involved in anything related to wood carving. He was 59 or 60 when he actually first started carving, so it's not like he's done this his whole life. It was his hobby, and that's what really helped him as he aged, and that's where I see SourcePoint being so helpful with the Richmond Center and all the arts and crafts. Gives you something to do, gives you a hobby. And for him, it helped him to make a lot of friends down here. Mom and Dad lived a block and a half from us when they moved down to Powell in a condo. So I said, I want to learn how to do this. And he taught me how to carve. And he was very proud. He would tell people I carved better than he did, which is no way true. We've got a couple pieces here, and we're forming a quilt. And actually, the pieces that Dad did were the very last pieces that he made. I think what is just so wonderful for me, I was able to get to know my parents as friends also, not just as parents. So he became my mentor, not only as being his daughter, but in the whole wood carving world. I mean, you know, and he was so proud of that. But to be a mentor, and then his friends became my friends here and will continue to be my friends. It's just he's not sitting beside me anymore. This was my first time that I have been back since the end of April when Dad died, and it's kind of hard for me to come back without Dad being by my side doing it. But he would be proud. He would be proud that I'm talking to you now and talking about how SourcePoint became a part of his life and how wood carving, you know, was his life. It gave him a hobby. For people to be able to come here, to be with other people, to share the same interests, is wonderful. So I think his legacy would be his patience, his always wanting to help somebody. He did a lot with Habitat Humanity, with building houses. He just was very active in the community, in the church, and just always was there for people. And we miss him. Your family is where you should be comfortable, to be yourself, and family is here too. I mean, this is family too. So when you can get out, and you know, when SourcePoint opened back up and we're back in mask again here, but it's still good because the family of the carvers can still get to know. Now that you know, we miss Dad so much, you realize life is too short. So taking the time to come up and see what services are available here. I guarantee you there's something that you will find here that you would be able to take advantage of. And being so close here in the community and such a beautiful facility, it's a shame to not take advantage of it.
Family is here too. Those words capture the spirit of SourcePoint. From the care and compassion of staff and volunteers to the camaraderie of fellow members, there's a lot of heart in this building. That's why it's difficult when we learn about the passing of people like Grace and Forrest. Our thoughts go out to those families and to all those who have lost loved ones in the past year. We turn now to another important key to achieving SourcePoint's mission. It's volunteers. Here with me is Jill, the volunteer recruiter, to talk about the hundreds of volunteers who help SourcePoint and how their service benefits them as much as those they serve. Jill, talk a little bit about the volunteer work here and how important that is, not just for the volunteers, but for those they're serving as well.
Certainly. Well, if we had to pay every one of our volunteers, taxpayers would spend another over $1 million a year for the work that they do here. The work encompasses everything from delivering meals to delivering people to medical appointments, helping out with chores inside and outside the home, monitoring our fitness areas, our pools, serving meals at our cafe when it's open. Meals on Wheels is not just delivery, but there's our kitchen. There's folks who load our coolers into cars, pack the coolers, pack the trays. It goes on and on. So volunteering is very important.
And we're standing where all the magic happens right now, right? And this is, I'm told this is as quiet as it ever gets in here. Is that right?
That is right.
Okay.
Come here at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Hectic and
Yeah, they'll
crazy.
push you out of the way.
Well, that's great. Thank you so much for sharing the importance of volunteers here at SourcePoint. And we're going to learn a little bit more about a Meals on Wheels volunteer right now. Our next story features John, a longtime volunteer whose daughter Jane took over his Meals on Wheels route when he needed to stay home for a short time when the pandemic started. But now they volunteer together.
Well, I heard about SourcePoint in 2003, and one of the fellows who was already doing the Meals on Wheels got me started, and I've just kept it up ever since.
The reason why I took over my dad's route while COVID was going on is because I knew that he likes to keep active, and this is one of his ways that he does that, and I knew he would appreciate it. I did it for a month to a month and a half without him. And then he was at my house one day and he said that he needs to just tell them he's not going to do the route anymore. Then's when I took him for a walk in my yard and said, you know, Dad, I got a surprise for you. I'm going to break the news to you, but you got to keep it quiet till I get you back, because no one's going to believe that I'm not going to let you do Meals on Wheels on your own.
She said, well, Dad, I've been keeping your route up, so you're free to go back. And so I have to give her credit for that.
I drive, he does the paperwork, he delivers the meals, and my mom sits in the back seat and hands us the bags. We'll start out at first, we'll each get a meal ready. I'll grab the extra stuff, put it in the baggie. Like I said, Mom does the bags. That's what Mom does. She gets the bags ready and she entertains him. He'll be getting out, getting meals ready, and a person will be going down the road, jogging or walking, and they'll say, God bless you for doing what you do. So his goal is to reach 20 years before we quit. And my feelings is if he wants to go longer than 20 years, then we'll go more than 20 years. But it might be to a point he's just doing the paperwork or the bags and I'm delivering the meals. It depends on if he can get out of the car, right, Dad? At first, when he first started back in 2003, it never really hit me. It's when you guys moved to this building here that I realized how much it meant to him, because he not only did one route, he did two routes, and then he subbed routes, and he worked in the kitchen. He loves to be around people. We're both people persons, so he loves to be around people. He loves to help people. He loves to volunteer.
Those four stories are just a small, and I do mean small, sample of the older adults who have benefited from SourcePoint services. We want to thank Carolyn, Jim, Walt, Doris, John, and Jane for sharing their stories with us this evening. What about you? What is your story of SourcePoint? How did you come to know SourcePoint? How did you come to use the many services at SourcePoint? We want to hear your stories, and that is why Julie Z is here to tell us something very exciting about what is called the Scroll Project. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, thank you, Jeff. So we have come up with this creative experience called the Scroll Project. And what it is within your swag bag, not only will you have your appetizer box, but you'll have your creative experience, the Scroll Project. And within the folder, you will have instructions of how to write the story of impact of SourcePoint. You will receive a blank scroll and also colored pencils to create your scroll, and mine is behind here. So I've created this scroll, and what I did is we would love to have you write the impact of your story, but then at the very bottom I put my name, Julie Z, SourcePoint 2017 staff. So I started working here 4 years ago, but we want to know the impact of SourcePoint on your lives. How do you thrive after 55?
And I think we can safely say that if everybody who has been impacted by SourcePoint were to do one of those, there'd be no wall space left after you hung them all.
Absolutely none.
So we hope that is the problem that we run into when you return those. So please take a moment to fill out your scroll this evening, and when you bring it back to SourcePoint, it will be displayed so everybody can see how SourcePoint has impacted you and the Delaware County community. So thank you to everybody for participating this evening, and you're going to thank the sponsors that we have had this evening as well.
Yes, so we have 4 story sponsors, which are First Commonwealth Bank, Performance Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram of Delaware, and Impact 60, Church Homes of Polaris Community, and Willowbrook Christian Communities. They are our 4 story sponsors, and we appreciate their support and continued impact on all of our programs here at SourcePoint. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And we have some others who also have provided some prizes this evening. Delicious Restaurants have provided gift cards, and the raffle drawing for those will be coming up in just a moment. But first, we have one last guest. We are going to turn it over to SourcePoint's Executive Director, Farah Wong.
Good evening. I'm Farah Wong, Executive Director of SourcePoint, and I want to thank you all for coming. This is SourcePoint's first virtual fundraiser, and I hope you have enjoyed the event while also learning a bit more about what we do. As you know, SourcePoint's mission is to help the community live well after 55. Each story you heard tonight is what I call a mission moment, a short but powerful example of how we make an impact. Our staff hear these kinds of stories all the time, and we wanted to take this opportunity tonight to share them with you. I have one last story, which is that of my own. I joined SourcePoint 26 years ago. I was the organization's first licensed social worker, and I had the honor of helping to build our in-home caregiver program from the ground up. Back then, our goal was to help older adults live safely at home and avoid premature nursing home care and long wait lists for home care. Opening our in-home care services in October of 1995, we served 49 individuals that first year. Just a couple years later, we began managing the home delivered meals program out of Ohio Health Grady Hospital, where they prepared the meals and we delivered them. However, our growth didn't stop there. In the early 2000s, we expanded our services to include insurance counseling, family caregiver support, and after moving into our current location on Cheshire Road, we made preparing our own meals and expanded our community programs. With each new program and service we add, SourcePoint's values of respect, compassion, interdependence, excellence, stewardship, and advocacy are both strengthened and made more evident. Our organization has made a commitment to inclusion, working to improve access to all Delaware County residents 55 and older. As our community's older population has grown in both size and diversity, so has SourcePoint. Throughout the pandemic, we've continued to provide vital services to meet the growing needs of older adults. When our enrichment center closed for several months in 2020, that didn't stop us from being innovative and considerate of those who could no longer come to us. We created online programs and support groups, made well-being calls to those we serve, and set up a friendly call phone line to help those who were feeling isolated. And we also sent care packages to our in-home care clients. And our numbers continue to grow, even despite the pandemic. Last year, we provided in-home care services to over 1,800 individuals. We engaged over 4,600 members in community programs, and we served nearly 250,000 meals on wheels. I've had the pleasure of not only working at SourcePoint to serve the growing number of older adults, but also the pleasure of seeing a community come together. From the dedicated staff members and hundreds of volunteers who help us provide programs and services, to the support from donors like you. This is truly a team effort, and I thank you.
Thank you, Farah. We appreciate you sharing your mission moments. And Jeff and I just wanted to add to some of the mission moments. And that is when we were with the pandemic and our doors weren't open, we were still working here at SourcePoint, making calls. Our customer service team made calls to our clients, our members, our volunteers, just to make sure that they had everything they needed during this difficult time.
And Zoom classes. You did classes via Zoom, kind of like we're doing the fundraiser this evening via Zoom. Nearly 600.
Yes, and they love the online programming with Zoom. They've loved it so much, we're actually continuing with our online Zoom programming. So it's really worked out well then and even now.
Good. Well, we thank everybody for joining us this evening and for contributing to the stories of SourcePoint. And as we mentioned earlier, as Farah mentioned, it just really scratches the surface of all that there is going on and all the ways that SourcePoint reaches out and affects the Delaware County community. So for proof, you can look in the annual report here, which gives all the rundowns of all the different ways that SourcePoint helps the community and all the supporters in the community that help SourcePoint day to day with everything they do. So now.
Yes, so now this is the exciting time for our fall fundraiser. We have spent many hours and we have received 50 restaurant foodie gift cards. So you as an attendee will be able to win a gift card. So our first one, drum roll please, will be to Mozart's, an afternoon tea for two.
Crank that. Okay.
Crank that, here we go.
So we're drawing, there are 50 of these gift cards, right? And we're drawing 20 this evening.
Correct.
Okay? And so the other 30 will be drawn tomorrow. And if you hear your name tonight, or you will get a call tomorrow that notifying you that you have won, and you will come to SourcePoint and you will get your gift card. So we're going to do 20 tonight, 30 more tomorrow, starting with Mozart's. How much is the card for here?
The gift card is for $38.
Tea for two.
Afternoon tea for two.
All right.
And the winner is
Laura Scott.
wonderful. Congratulations, Laura. And we have another restaurant nearby, Local Roots.
Local Roots, great place in Powell, downtown Powell.
Downtown
Place.
Powell, yes. And we'll have another winner.
The Local Roots gift card goes to Gene Pillion.
Wow, Gene, he's one of our volunteers for Meals on Wheels.
Oh, excellent.
And
He can get
his
himself a
daughter-
meal.
Exactly. Our next restaurant gift card is to the Blend of Seven Winery. $25 for food,
Okay.
even though it's a winery.
But you can get the wine there too, right?
Correct.
Just,
You
just
can
use
add
this for
to
your
it.
food, yeah. Susan Jackson gets the Blend of Seven gift card.
And we have to travel to a different country. Bonjour, Jeff. We have a gift card to La Chatelaine French Bakery.
I've heard that's very good, or as we say in France, très good.
Très good.
Yeah. The La Chatelaine goes to another one. Wait a minute, did I put Susan in here because I just drew Susan again?
You could buy multiple.
Can you buy multiple? Well,
Yes.
Susan just got, look at that. She just got two in a row.
Two in
What
a
are
row.
the odds of that? I don't know how many she bought, but she just got two in a row. That's amazing. Should we give that another spin? So
Yes.
it's,
Let's give this another spin. And our next restaurant gift card is for $50 from a new restaurant up in Polaris called The Royce.
heard good things about the Royce. And checking out the Royce will be Jane Taylor. Jane Taylor,
Fabulous.
congratulations.
Yay, Jane. She's actually on our board of directors here at
very good.
SourcePoint. And who doesn't like the memorial tournament
Oh, everybody, yes.
or the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium? $50 to the Bogey Inn.
Bogey Inn, right there between both.
Yes, exactly.
$50 Bogey Inn goes to Nancy Downhour.
Fabulous. That is wonderful. Our next restaurant gift card is to Gallows. And the winner is
Gallows gift card, Tom Conrad.
fabulous.
Congratulations, Tom.
And then we have a newer restaurant down in Clintonville called Pat and Gracie's Restaurant and Pub.
These, the winners need to set up like a carpool so they can go all the way down to Clintonville and hit all these restaurants at the same time together. Shirley Metro. Shirley Metro,
That's wonderful.
congratulations.
That would actually be fun. I wonder if we could take the SourcePoint bus.
There you go.
Wouldn't that be great? Oh, another favorite in the area, the Morgan House.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Who hasn't shopped at the Morgan House during the holidays? And they also have a fabulous restaurant.
Yes, Morgan House. Yeah, there we go. Morgan House is going to Tony Hunter.
Oh, fabulous. Thank you, Tony. He helped last night with the pre-event with the swag bags. One of your favorites and my favorites. Benny's Pizza.
Oh, yeah, Benny's in Marysville. Good stuff. And homemade root beer.
Homemade
House,
root beer.
Root beer. Yeah, you got to
Yes.
go for that. I would spend the whole gift card just on that, I think.
Delicious.
This is absolutely true. Susan Jackson. Susan Jackson. She can have her own drawing for these. The ones that she can just do her own, and she only wants one of. This is like her third one now.
Oh my
Amazing.
goodness.
Susan Jackson, go buy a lotto ticket. Oh, the Powerball already was won this week, right? Go buy a lottery ticket.
Yes, let's mix these up. And once again, you could buy as many raffle
That's right.
tickets
Yeah.
as you
Less
wanted
you think,
to.
and we're just putting that back in and redrawing. That's amazing. Okay.
Right here in Delaware,
Oh,
scoreboard,
scoreboard, yeah, out there
Pub and Grill.
by Troy Road. Roger Van Sickle.
Oh, fabulous. Congratulations, Roger and Shirley. And then we have a foodie gift card, and this is for Wix here in Delaware.
Oh, good stuff, Wits. I've had that for dinner many a time.
Dinner,
Yeah, dinner, yes.
not dessert?
No, it's been dinner. It's good.
I like that.
Mary Wachholz.
Fabulous,
Did I pronounce
fabulous.
that right?
It sounded good to
It
me.
is Mary, is that right? Okay.
Yes, yes. And our next one is Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse. Can't go wrong with Texas Roadhouse.
And a little side note on these restaurants actually donated the gift cards themselves.
Yeah, so thank you to each of these donors. And another multiple ticket buyer, Roger Van Sickle.
Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Roger. And another restaurant right here in the city of Delaware, and that is,
Shelly Belly, yeah, right up there on North Sandusky Street. Good sandwiches. Mary Wachholz.
wow, okay, we're gonna
I am
mix
pulling these
up.
out from the bottom. You are seeing me pull these from,
Yes, so we'll mix these up again. Look at how many we have though.
I know.
Okay.
I'm beginning
And
to think 3 people bought 100 tickets.
we did have a lot of people buy multiple.
Hey, nothing wrong
It
with
was
that.
really
Nothing
amazing.
wrong with that.
And a new Mexican restaurant at Polaris area, Chuy's. They're actually from Texas.
Julia Foster.
Whoa, Julia, she broke the record of the others.
Yes, breaking the streak.
Oh, and then we have another one. Who doesn't like bike night or a car show evening?
Quaker Steak, right?
Quaker
Yeah.
Steak, $50 at Quaker Steak and
Good
Lube.
stuff. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah. Chuck Porty is going to go to Quaker Steak and Lube. Thank
Ooh,
you. Congratulations,
congratulations.
Chuck. And thank you to Quaker Steak for the donation.
And a great place for breakfast, Cracker Barrel.
Oh, yes.
They have the best grits and gift shops.
And if you go there, you'll find this week their Christmas stuff is already in the sale rack because they are well beyond. They're into Valentine's Day. I think,
Oh my gosh,
already.
past Christmas?
They're far ahead, far ahead. I
Oh
know,
my goodness.
I don't know. Amy Schossler is
Oh,
going to the Cracker
fabulous.
Barrel. Wonderful place, general store. You can use this in the store or the restaurant, I believe, right?
Yes, and I know Amy. Amy, I'd love to be your guest.
There you go.
Thank you. All right, and our next one is Great Aguda.
The Greater Judah.
And Great Aguda actually did our appetizer box that you found within your swag bag.
Darice Allard. So if you enjoyed the food this evening, you may want to connect with Darice and see if you can join her in the Greater Gouda gift card outing. But there's that there.
And
All right.
another local favorite, Amato's Wood Fire
Oh, good
Pizza.
stuff. Yeah, if you haven't had a wood fire pizza, you gotta go check it out. Okay. Kathy Hoff. Congratulations, Kathy.
Yay, Kathy. I know Kathy too. Don't forget to invite me. All right, and next we have Buns.
Oh, Buns, yes, the Delaware staple Buns restaurant.
Yes, love the restaurant.
Eric Arnett.
Fabulous. Congratulations, Eric. And we just want to take a moment now to thank our
That
sponsors
was the last
again.
one. Okay.
That was 20. We'll pull 30 more.
From here, right?
From here,
Same? Okay.
yes. So you still have many opportunities, 30, to win some more gift cards.
And if it goes like it did this evening, Susan Johnson will have about 8 more coming her way tomorrow. So congratulations to Susan and Roger and all the winners this evening, and to those who will win tomorrow's drawing. You will be notified tomorrow, and we'll come and get your gift card. So
Yes, and we just wanted to give a final shout out to our sponsors, Ohio Health.
First Commonwealth Bank. Oh, you get the long one. I'm gonna go sit down while you read this
It's
one.
longer than my last name.
It is, yeah,
Performance,
yeah.
Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Delaware, and Impact
If you
60.
named the cars they don't have, I think that would have taken less time, but that's okay. United Church Homes, Polaris Community,
Willowbrook Christian Communities,
Fifth Third Bank,
Interim Healthcare,
J&J Mobility,
Mobility City,
Crawford Blankler LLC,
Fidelity Federal Savings and Loan Association,
Manos Martin and Pergram Company, LPA,
Nothing But Cakes, Westerville,
Peak Financial Partners,
Preservation Parks.
and V&P Hydraulic Products.
And we just really want to thank you all this evening for your support of SourcePoint, and also to let you know that there is still time to donate. You can go to our website and select the donate button and make a donation, excuse me, for all programs here at SourcePoint. We could not do our work without your financial support. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and get your scrolls in. Don't forget to do your
That's right.
scroll and get it here, or Julie knows where you live and she will come and find you.
Yes, so we want your scrolls, and we're going to hang them in our lobby and display them so we all know a little bit more about each other.
And we contribute more to the stories of SourcePoint. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. Thank you for your support of SourcePoint. Have a great night.
Thank you all.